Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is an exciting day because we're taking you with us to the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. But the magic doesn't stop there. Before visiting the parks, we're heading to a restaurant I've been eager to try, created by my favorite chef. So buckle up because it's going to be a day of adventure, food, and an intense run-in with a Star Wars villain. Let's go. Well, during our time in San Diego, we made the 1.5 hour trip or so up to Disneyland. But before we went to Disneyland, we went to a restaurant. My favorite celebrity chef is Brooke Williamson, B-Dubs. She has a restaurant called Playa Provisions, which is a bit north of Anaheim and Disneyland. So we went to breakfast there. Very glad we did. I loved it. Everything there was great.
Really good.
Yeah, it really was. So after getting breakfast there, we
We
made...
didn't get to see her though. She didn't show up.
Yeah, unfortunately, she didn't
didn't
show
know
up.
we were going to be there that day, so
Yeah.
she didn't come in.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
bummer.
yeah. Maybe I should have texted or called or something to let her know we were going to be there and she would have shown up. In any case, we left there and made the drive back down to Anaheim. We've been to Disney World many times. We lived in Florida for 4 years, but even before living in Florida, we had gone a couple of times, but we wanted to see Disneyland and see how it compared.
It was interesting. For all the similarities, they're such different parks.
Yeah.
The Disneyland version of Cinderella's Castle,
Yeah.
as compared to the Disney World version of Cinderella's Castle, very different in scale. Disneyland's is much smaller, but for as different as the two parks are, there are advantages and disadvantages. And the one thing about Disneyland that was very noticeable was there are so many more characters walking around than I ever saw at Disney World. Mary Poppins, Merida from Brave, Goofy, the Avengers characters,
Yeah.
they were everywhere. That was really neat. Okay, so since we can't ride any rides, we are walking Disneyland and it's very busy. So we went and saw Tiana's restaurant because the ride's not open. And now we're trying to find our way to Star Wars, where we will also not ride any rides and take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, since as much as we love to ride rides, our bodies don't allow that anymore, apparently. You get to be a certain age and your body starts to rebel against you when it comes to amusement parks. So
No more fun. We had an interaction with Kylo Ren, the Star Wars section. Oh, stormtroopers. Oh, Kylo Ren.
Who are you transmitting to?
Oh,
A resistance spy?
I am.
I want every channel monitored. No unauthorized transmissions.
Sir.
Break the encryption or break the data pad.
Yes, sir, here we go.
You must find that amusing. How clever. But not worth the effort you exerted.
As a threat.
Good. Your skills would be of value to us. There is a place for you in the First Order.
Thank you for supporting the First Order. Do not upset him. That's a no. For we have eyes on you.
but we still had a nice time.
Yeah.
We like to walk around. We like to look at everything, take pictures. We got through Disneyland was pretty quick because it's a much smaller size than Disney World.
Yeah, it is. And also Disneyland, it's actually called Disneyland Resort. And Disneyland Resort is made up of two parks. The two parks are Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park. And you have to leave one park to walk across to go to the other side. Also, Disneyland came first, for those who may not know. Disneyland opened in 1955, whereas Disney World opened in 1971. Disneyland, it has the classic Disney stuff like Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, all that sort of stuff. And then California Adventure Park has more modern attractions and some immersive stuff like the Incredicoaster and Soaring Around the World. So that's kind of the difference between the two parks.
Yeah, so we walked around Disneyland and then we walked walked over to California Adventures, and we walked that park. Got a lot of distance on our sneakers that day.
We did.
It was one of those things where we just wanted to go and see it, and we were able to do that.
It wasn't like going to Disney World where you need days to really get through all of the park. Even if you are getting on rides, I think you can still get through both parks in a day. I don't think that would be much of a problem. You would spend the whole day, but you could do it. I want to say we spent a few hours, 3-4 hours maybe we were there, something like that. Just walking through the parks, checking out everything. We are at step 15,000 and something, and you can hear it in our voices. We're pretty tired. This was a fun day. It was great to see Disneyland, both parks, as well as Downtown Disney, which is where we are now, but we're pretty pooped and ready to go, and it's going to be about a 2-hour drive back to San Diego. So,
And a 30-minute walk back to the car.
yeah, and a 30-minute walk to the car.
And a 10-minute ride on the tram.
So off we pop. I know I said we'd see how Disneyland compares to Disney World, but honestly, deciding which of these two happiest places on Earth is actually happier really comes down to your personal vibe and what happiness means to you. I know that might sound like a cop-out, but we truly do believe that. Everyone experiences the magic a little differently. We think you should visit both and tell us your thoughts. We appreciate you joining us, and we will see you the next time.